Good morning, students. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I hope that you all are happy and well at your homes during the ongoing crisis of coronavirus. And as you all know, that this disease spreading day by day rapidly from one part to another. So be happy, be safe, be healthy during this crisis, and use this time for the useful and the profitable things. Okay, which will benefit you on future. Okay. As you all know that we had started our online classes for class 9th and 10th, and last time we had started our chapter Federalism in class 10 syllabus. So let's begin our next chapter, named the second chapter of geography, that is agriculture. Okay, so basically I hope that you all are understanding all you understand all the topics and all the concept which I had carried out earlier, and I also taught you earlier all the concepts and all the topics you have better understood. And if you have any doubt and any query regarding any topic of any subject, then you can ask me in the comment section, or also you can call me on my number. Okay, so let's start our next chapter, that is agriculture. Okay, so first of all, we have to understand the basic terms and the concepts of this chapter. What are the main concepts? What are the main ideas behind this chapter? And what is this chapter? What are the main things which we will study in this chapter? So basically, the chapter starts with the definition of agriculture. What is agriculture? Why agriculture practices in India, and why India is also called agriculture-based country or agro-based country. Okay. And after that, we had studied the types of agriculture in this chapter. Basically, how many types of agriculture are divided in a particular country, or basically on the basis of geographical location. Okay, and how many types of farming or how many types of agriculture. After that, we had to discuss the cropping pattern of India. What are the types of crops in India, and how they are grown in India and the different parts and different regions of India, and what are the 3 seasons of cropping pattern, and what are their crops, and what are their pattern, and what are their growing season or harvesting season. So many things we will discuss in this topic. Okay, after that one by one after that, on the basis of one by one, we have to read some crops about like rice. What are the geographical requirements to grow any crop? Like for to grow wheat, what are the main geographical locations? Like what is sunlight required to grow wheat? What is the temperature required? What is the sunlight required? What is the in which crop basically wheat is grown, or in what areas of India wheat is grown, or so many things. So basically we are discussing in this topic so many crops. Basically, what are the main crops, what are the main ideas, and what are the main things basically about all the crops. Okay, after that, in this chapter we also understand the concept of Gandhian philosophy, and started by Vinoba Bhave, as they also acquire the land, or also they want land from the zamindars and give that land to the poor peasants, or the landholders, or the small peasants, or the large peasants. Okay, so basically that was Bhudan or Gramdan movement. We will study further in this chapter. And after that, at the last topic, we had studied about the institutional and administrative reforms which carried out in agriculture to reform it from the earliest form to the modern one. What are the main things by which we advanced our agriculture? What are the main things behind to improve our agriculture? How we improved our agriculture from 1960 to this time. Okay, so basically these are all the things which I had discussed, about what are the main ideas behind the chapter. So basically, in whole term or in a comprehensive way, we can say that henceforth we can say that this chapter is only about the agriculture or the crops mainly. Okay, so let's start by moving our first topic, that is basically the definition of agriculture. Okay, so first of all, we have to discuss some key facts about agriculture. So agriculture is a type of practice basically which we all countries had done. Basically, if we talk about agriculture, then agriculture is the immemorial thing which we have been practicing since immemorial times. Okay, basically all human beings are dependent on agriculture because agriculture provide us crops which is required to feed our food, okay, to feed ours. Okay, so basically agriculture is the foremost thing and the ultimate reality, that is basically all the things are dependent upon agriculture. Okay, but so agriculture, India is also called an agro-based country. Agro-based country means 2/3 of peoples of India are engaged in agriculture. Okay, basically in modern time, basically there are three types of sector. When we read economy, then we will read about three sectors of the economy, and agriculture is the primary activity. Okay, agriculture is the primary activity. Basically all the persons are involved in agriculture related activities, that is known as primary activity. Okay, so agriculture is a primary activity. Okay, so related to, if we talk about agriculture, then agriculture, in the case of agriculture, India is totally depend on agriculture and most of the population employed in this sector. Okay, and after that agriculture, now let's move to the definition of agriculture. So agriculture is made by two words, and when we break agriculture into two words, that is, one is ager and the other is culture. Ager means land and culture means cultivation. So the combined form of this word make the cultivation on a land is called agriculture. Okay, so basically agriculture is combining by two words named ager and culture. Ager means land and culture means cultivation, so that's why we call agriculture it as the cultivation of the land is known as agriculture. Okay, I hope that you understand the term of agriculture. Now let's move to the further topic of this chapter. The next topic of this chapter is types of agriculture. Okay, so types of agriculture, basically if you want to understand types of agriculture, then there are four or five types of agriculture. Let's move to the first type of agriculture, that was primitive subsistence farming. Primitive subsistence farming is the primitive thing which had peoples carried out at primitive times. In this type of farming, basically the farmer and his family totally involved in doing agriculture. Okay, farmer and his family totally involved in agriculture. Farmer and his total family also is involved in agriculture. They can't do other activities because they are only involved in agriculture. Okay, basically they have small plot of land, and they have not the enough money, and they have not the enough land, so that they can hire laborers to do cultivation in that land. Basically the first and the foremost condition of this type of agriculture, the primitive subsistence, means the land, or the primitive subsistence farming is the farming in which farmers cultivate the small plots of land with the help of their family. Okay, and they have not the modern types of methods of agriculture, and they don't have the modern types of techniques to do the agriculture. They only dependent upon monsoon, they only dependent upon the primitive subsistence, primary things, basically, to do the agriculture. Okay, so that is known as primitive subsistence agriculture. Means primitive subsistence agriculture is the agriculture which is done by small plot, which is done on the small plots of land by farmer and his family, and they earn very less amount from this land, and they can't hire laborers, or they can't buy enough goods or enough material which is required to do agriculture, like the HYV seeds or the something else. Okay, so basically primitive subsistence farming is the farming in which farmer and his family farm the land, and basically they have not the modern types farming, they have used the primitive subsistence things. Okay, so that is the primitive subsistence farming. Let's move to the next type of agriculture, that is intensive subsistence farming. Okay, basically intensive farming or intensive subsistence farming is the farming. Basically intensive subsistence farming is the farming which is practiced where land is less and the population is very high. So due to that, the farmer is able to use the modern methods and techniques to improve its productivity of the land. Okay, to improve the or to increase the productivity of the land, farmers require the modern types of methods to cultivate its land, like HYV seeds, like fertilizers, like pesticides, to improve the productivity of the land, to increase the productivity of the land, so that the land or the farmer feed the population properly, or fulfill the demands of the whole population. Okay, so that is known as intensive farming. Intensive farming is the farming where population is high, but on the other hand land is less. So to increase the productivity of the land, farmer used the modern types of methods or techniques, pesticides, fertilizer, HYV seeds, to increase the productivity and feed the population. Okay, the third type of agriculture is extensive agriculture. Extensive agriculture is practiced where land is land is more and population is less. Okay, that is the basically that is the contrasting thing of intensive agriculture. Intensive is where population is high and land is less, but on the case of extensive agriculture, population is less but land is high. So basically this type of agriculture is practiced in the European or the American countries. Okay, basically in the American continent or in the all the other western countries, basically this type of agriculture is practiced. Okay, so let's move to the in this agriculture, extensive agriculture, they use more modern methods of agriculture, and the newest things which are invent or discover in agriculture, they use that things, and they use in a proper way, and all the things are used in a phased manner. Okay, and the productivity in this type of farming, the per hectare production is very high. Okay, in this type of farming per hectare production is high, but if we take the example of intensive farming, then the total production, the total hectare total productivity is more, but per hectare production is less. On the other case, extensive farming may production per hectare production is high while total production is less. Okay, so let's move to the next type of agriculture, that is commercial agriculture. Commercial agriculture is the agriculture in which more HYV seeds, more pesticides, more fertilizers are used to grow crops at a commercial level. What is commercial level? Means to sell the crops in the market. Okay, so basically commercial level is the level basically to sell the crops in the market, and basically commercial crops are grown on a basically large part of area, so that these can be used as an commercial crop. Okay, like wheat and rice is also a commercial crop. Basically we feed our population first, then we will also sold it in the market, and they are they procure by the government, and they have also export the wheat and rice also. Okay, so there is a type of commercial farming also, that known as plantation agriculture. Okay, that's the next type of agriculture, plantation agriculture. Plantation agriculture is the agriculture in which a single crop is grown at a large scale of area. Okay, like if we take the example of tea, where tea is grown, no other crops is grown, because basically tea is a plantation crop. Okay, plantation crop is the crop which is grown at a large scale of area, like tea, coffee, rubber, okay, jute, cotton. So these are plantation, okay, plantation crop where they are grown at a large scale of area. Okay, so basically these are the 4 or 5 types of agriculture. First we had discussed about primitive subsistence farming. The second we had studied about intensive subsistence farming. Then we had studied about the extensive farming. After that we had studied commercial farming, and the last one is plantation agriculture. Okay, I hope that you understand all the topics and all the types of agriculture and the definition also. Okay, so let's move to the next topic of agriculture, that is the cropping pattern of agriculture, the crops or the cropping seasons. Basically, if we talk about cropping season, then we can say that in India we have 3 seasons of crops in which we grown about 3 types of we have grown all the crops in India of at 3 seasons. There are 3 seasons, that is first are Rabi crops, second are Kharif crops, and the third is Zaid crops. Rabi crops are the crops which is grown on the winter like October, November and harvested in April or May basically. Okay, and the examples of Rabi crops are wheat, barley, pea, gram, mustard. Okay, after that the Kharif crop is the are the crops which are grown on June and harvested on October or September, October. Okay, basically if we talk about the examples of Kharif crops, the examples of Kharif crop are uh, Kharif crop are rice, jawar, bajra, moong, urad, arhar, or cotton, jute, groundnut, or soybean. Okay, so these are the examples of what Kharif crop. Let's move to the next type of or cropping season, that is Zaid crop. Zaid crop is the crop which is grown in June and harvested in July or August also. Basically, if we take the examples of this crop are cucumber, muskmelon, watermelon, all the vegetables, muskmelon, watermelon, cucumber, vegetables, and basically etc, all the things. Okay, so basically these are the 3 patterns of crops. Okay, as so far we had completed our 3 topics of this chapter. The first we had studied about the definition of agriculture, then we will studied about the types of agriculture, and then we had studied about the patterns of agriculture. So basically this is the first video of this chapter of agriculture. I hope that you all understand the basic concepts of this chapter, and I hope that there is enough things for today. So let's wait for the next video of this chapter. I will upload it in tomorrow. Okay, this is the first part of this video. The second part of this video will I upload on next day. Okay, so I hope that you understand all the chapter, and if you have any doubt and any query regarding any topic, then you can ask me, and also comment in the comment section. Okay, bye.